I just say? Can I just say? I would let her stamp all over me. I'm sorry. I can see why the people worship Lady Nocticula. I'm just saying. Just saying. She hot. So what I want to check is, in case I put it in my commander's chest. Though I have a sneaky suspicion I sold it. Do you know that? Because that's the type of person I am. And I'm sure someone screamed at me. I don't see anything that looks like a stone. Toil, cold iron, yeah, I definitely didn't put. I must have sold it. I'm gonna have a look and see if I sold it to the thieflings. I doubt it. Did not. So I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. I must have sold it somewhere. Whoops. Absolutely nothing I can do about that. Yeah. I wonder where I sold it. Oh well. Oh well. It wasn't important, right? Can't believe I sold it. I hope I got good money for it. I hope I got good money for it. That's all I'm saying. I'll have to make a mental note when I play this game again. Don't sell stone knife. After she notices you, Shamira gives you a displeased frown and irritably asks, "You again? Have you no friends? That you must keep coming here to chat with me? Or perhaps, though I find it extremely hard to believe, you are not completely useless and have something of interest for me? I've completed your task." Shamira ignores you, looking somewhere else. But in your mind, you hear her angry hiss. So speak if you have. But use your mind instead of flapping your lips. Your mind. I know that you have done much to win Shamira's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her will lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the power of another evil. Reject the promises of the ardent dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves and our ideals. I do not serve you. I will not tell you anything. Shamira gives you a venomous smile, and you can read your sentence in her eyes. That's right. You don't serve me. You're an outsider, and by Nocticula's will, no one can lay a finger on you. But who will stop me? Shamira's magic crashes over your will. With a bit of effort, you manage to force Shamira out of your mind. An angry grimace contorts her face. You can't break me. Cursing, Shamira brings more force to bear against you. A vein pulses on her temple. In the heat of Shamira's magic, your mind melts like wax. Your knowledge of the Hydronian crystal surfaces as the demon strips out your memories as efficiently and ruthlessly as a hunter dressing a carcass. Suddenly, the heat subsides, banished by a gust of mountain wind, cool and clear. The hand on the Inheritor's voice thunders inside your head. Hold on, champion. Together we will overpower this magic of this feat. Fight to the end. Keep trying, it won't work. Swearing, Shamira unleashes all of her power on you. You'll regret that, you little bitch. You refuse to talk. So be it. I'll just rip everything you know out of your mind. Shamira's last blow is not strong enough to break you. You force out Shannara's ruler out of your mind, delivering a brutal parting blow. You've lost. Get out of my mind. Shamira reclines on her throne, exhausted, and hisses through clenched teeth. You cretin. Get out of my harem now. A buzzing hum rises among the throng of spectators who witnessed your confrontation. The angry curse is directed at you, but the ring hollow. For the first time in centuries, Shamira has received a public dressing down, and witnessing it was a true delight for the assembled demons. Oh, we leveled up. Did get a little bit into us. And wait, we are now back to being a winter child. Woohoo! Wait, 8 points? Okay. It's been a while. Really good track character, remember? Okay, let's have that. And okay, that takes us to a huge dragon. Okay, huge dragon. Cloak of Chaos. Random pattern of colour surrounds the subjects, protecting them from attacks, granting them resistance to spells cast by lawful creatures, and causing lawful creatures that strike the subjects to become confused. This abjuration has 4 effects. First, I kind of like the sound of it. However, hold on. Brilliant divine radiance surrounds the subjects, protecting them from attacks, granting them resistance to spells cast by evil creatures, causing the evil creatures to become blinded. I kind of like the sound of that too. Huh. Let's go for that one. I wonder when we go up mythic rank again. Ability, stealth. Whenever a character with this talent makes a perception check, they gain a +4 bonus. Character that selects the talent gains a bonus combat speed. You can take this talent multiple times. Whenever the character inflicts a penalty against a target using the D. Wait. We can get. What can we get? Okay, give him a duck. Can we give him a duck? Cat. We already have a cat. It's currently on land. We should really get it back. What does a chicken do? Familiar magical pet. Chicken masters gain +3 hit points and a bonus. Okay, what about doggo? +3 bonus in lore. Duck. +3 bonus in knowledge. Hare. +4 bonus on initiative checks. What's a Jeroboa? Athletics. Lizard. Natural armor. Monkey. +3 bonus on mobility checks. Rabbit. +3 on reflex saves. Ratty. Fortitude saves. Tarantula. Athletics. And persuasion. I don't think I need knowledge. Lizard sounds. The rat, or I think it's the... No. Is it the chicken? Gain 3 hit points. It's only 3 hit points. What's this one? Will saves? I think we'll go rat. Okay. Chain lightning. Chain lightning's fun. Chain lightning sounds fun. You're surrounded by Sephoric Roma that causes all living creatures within 5 feet to make a successful will save. Or fall asleep. Yeah. That'll do. Okay. Bye, Shamira. She did get a little bit out of us. I'm pretty sure she did. Knowledge of 9 surfaces as the demon strips out of your memories as efficiently and ruthlessly. So she didn't get much of it. Okay, good.
You are most curious, mortal.
Hello. You hear in your head a female voice. Melodious, low and sensual. You are rather intriguing yourself.
There's a reason they call me Nocticula, the Lady in Shadow. My words and thoughts are shrouded in darkness.
I take it I finally have your attention.
Yes, your arrival in Alashanira was quite impressive. Rumors have reached me even here, behind my locked gates and my wall of valiant guards. Rumors of a remarkable Galarian taking my Alashanira by storm.
I'm asking for an audience.
You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by one of my servants.
Can I just say? Can I just say? I would let her stamp all over me. I'm sorry. I can see why the people worship Lady Nocticula. I'm just saying. Just saying. She hot. For a succubus. Okay, right, we need to go and get Ember. first, because do you know what? I don't actually know why she wants to go and talk to Nocticula, so we're going to do that first. Maybe rest. Oh, Ember, darling. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile, and her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Do you really think the demons will listen to you? They listened to me, didn't they? I told them I wanted to say. They might have forgotten it all right away, but what if they didn't? And what do you want to discuss with Nocticula? I don't know. I just want to see her with my own eyes. Maybe then I will know what to say. Okay, well, I have a meeting with her. You may come along. So go. Oh, right, we're supposed to rest.
Your people have suffered greatly, but they never forgot their mission. It's astonishing how strong mortals can be when they have hope.
My people would be surprised to hear you say that. Mongrels lost any hope they had a long time ago. They're just afraid to admit it.
But now they have you. They have Lan. Got to bring Ember. I need Ember. Diseases, inhaled poison, noxious gaseous effects, such as thinking, are negated. I love that. I want that. Okay. Need to give her some stuff. We need to give her something. Don't think she wears them. That's okay. We can give her plenty of stuffs. She is charisma. Or is she wisdom? It seems to me she's charisma. So... well, first I think let's give her a beautiful cloak. Okay, let's give her that beautiful cloak. Give him back that. Where's that belt? That belt. She's charisma, so... pretty sure she's charisma. Gosh, I'd love to, like, make her not so squishy. Is that the best we can do? She does have some touch attacks. Okay, 22. That's a bit better. Whenever aware of disrobe casts a spell that forces the target to make a fortune saving throw, the DC of that increases also. I mean, sure. Ooh, girl, you look so good. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but anyway. Anyway, we're off to see Nocticula. If my game doesn't freak out later. Nocticula didn't like put a coin in my bag for me, no? That'd be nice. Save it, because you know, people like to attack me here. I would very much love to explore the rest of this place, but I keep getting attacked.
Without a doubt.
A mighty demon, his chin lifted arrogantly, glances at you with no hint of interest. I want to go in. Our lady has ordered us not to bar your way. Okay, I didn't expect an office full of succubus.
I shine in all endeavors.
The ink is not yet dry, but you cannot distinguish the letters on the page. The lines seem to have gone mad, crawling over and trying to devour each other. The tall shelves are stuffed with countless books and scrolls praising the Lady in Shadow's many deeds. Some tomes are old and threadbare, others are new and in mint condition. Okay, this is interesting. Our Lady in Shadow, the Queen of Midnight Isles, Lady Nocticula, Demon Lord of the Darkness of Lust. Like, do I get to freely walk around here without anyone really caring? Loot. May glory be showered on your head. Your interest in the creation of demiplanes is understandable. Any individual who has reached a certain level of power seeks for themselves a safe haven, a peaceful place for study and rest. That is why I place my high hopes in your prudence. Remember that any demiplane is but a shard of one of the true planes that typically remain under the watchful eye of the powers that be. As such, I do hope that you haven't incurred the wrath of any of the powers that hold sway over the fringe you subjugated. As for stabilization, alas, there isn't much you can do once the fragmentation and consolidation have been completed. Nonetheless, I have no doubt that you've given enough consideration to such important matters and ensured that your creation will be safe for you and your servants. Unless, of course, you're preparing an elaborate trap. Your fellow colleague, Vadarak Tuquan. Yoink.
I sense something.
Greetings, colleague. I thank you for the selection of materials that arrived along with your last letter. Unfortunately, I'm unable to procure even the simplest specialized studies at present. As Galorian libraries are out of my reach, oddly enough, it's currently easier for me to receive the necessary articles by contacting a like-minded individual from a different plane of reality. In our last letter, we went over the matter of resurrecting those who stepped into the murky waters of the River of Souls. Evidence shows that those who have appeared before Hepzamirah's judgment and learned of their fate in the afterlife do not answer the calls from the world of the living. They cannot be revived by any means. But is that really true? Do you think it would be possible to revive such a person, at least in theory? On another topic, there are known cases of ascension or acquiring divine form through powers that no one to this day has taken the time to study thoroughly. There are a plethora of examples in Galorian history, such as Ardouin, who led humankind to civilization, and Amode, who followed her former mentor into the godly host. As I ponder these cases, I can't help but wonder, could this process be controlled? Could one create the right conditions, choose the right living material, and bring into being a creature of divine power? I'm certain that you've encountered similar phenomena in your practice, and I would like to discuss this matter further. However, you are still in possession of notes or drafts that could shed light.
We march ahead.
Piles of sketches of drawings depict fragments of various rituals that lead to the opening of rifts and portals. This is Areelu's room, it has to be. As you know, my dear addressee, given the scope of the planes, time is a relative concept, and in the abyss, it can be even more unreliable. Therefore, I do not allow myself the vain hope that my message will reach you in time. Nope. What is your message? Your final question about the possibility of a complete awakening of memories of a mortal life within a soul that has already passed through Hepzamirah's judgment. I will send you the research on all the cases of which I am aware where such an awakening took place. Despite the fact that this list is quite extensive, my conclusion is that all such recorded cases are the rarest exceptions to the rule, and with the absolute majority of souls, an occurrence such as this cannot happen. Cannot?
Something wrong?
Both the wonder and the tragedy of mortality lie in the fact that there is a certain moment after which the process is final and irreversible. The essence that departs the judgment of the Lady of Graves is no longer what it was in life, and we as scientists must account for this in the system of knowledge we are constructing.
This war must end.
I will see this through.
Okay.
Our path leads on.
I just get to loot the woman's palace? I mean, I ain't complaining.
I'm glad I was useful to you. I finished here. Is there more?
Is she gonna come back at me and go, did you have fun looting my abode? Well, you know. Go to the same room. That looks awesome, by the way.
Greetings.
Fancy seeing you here. I have a lot of questions for you.
You are looking for answers. That's good. That is why I am here. I have much to tell you. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
Areelu lifts her mirror, and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of an Nehindrian crystal in the soul of the subject.
I kind of suspected that.
Expected result. The essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action.
I did not notice that. I wonder if that's actually in the beginning.
You are
of the
my
game.
creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do all of this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
An unseen angel does not speak, but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nehindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands.
It did.
But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
And as if to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound on your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops.
This is pure essence of Nehindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Hey, are we doomed to? The chief shared her power with us, so does that mean we're cursed as well? How long do we have left? Say it ain't so. I'm too young to die so tragically.
That's not going to work. You need to tell me everything first.
Very well, then. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
What is this wound in my soul, and how dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound, in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed.
Okay, then we really need to heal the world wound.
No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
You followed me.
Like a witch in a fairy tale, I watched over you from birth. From before that, even. And I kept detailed notes. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted them specially to protect you from danger. I am glad you found my gift useful.
I didn't even know I was wearing them.
Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canabris. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And in Dresden, I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
Oh, well, in that case, I should be thanking you for your help. You should help me more often.
Certainly, but do not expect me to solve all your problems. A child that is forever carried in its mother's arms will never learn to walk.
Why was the whole ploy in the laboratory necessary? You were ready to sacrifice your servant, the Suture, for it.
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands. And that is why I was willing to risk his life.
Speaking of the Suture, he is currently being held captive by Hepzamirah. I saw her buy him at the flesh markets.
I don't understand why you felt the need to tell me that.
It would be better if you just told me everything, instead of playing mind games.
Knowledge gained independently through research and experimentation is far more valuable than knowledge that is simply given. That is why I wanted you to go to the laboratory yourself. I just gave you a nudge in the right direction.
Tell me about the Nahedrian crystals. Start from the beginning, if you please.
Nahedrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss. And there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nahedrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Discare's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time. A very long time.
I'm gonna have to find
Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nahedrian crystals. Although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
So you figured out how to use the crystals to imbue living creatures with the power?
Not just any creatures. Demons. And half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
But I am not a demon.
I wasn't a demon either when I started. But there are always ways to circumvent, or even to override the laws of the universe. I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Discari's attack on Canobris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive. All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
My power is different from Jeribeth and Nulkaneth and the other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Discari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water, but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen.
It's strange to see you here in Nocticula's palace. What do you really serve? Discari, Baphomet?
Both. And neither. I have served both Discari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
What I want to know is this. What do you want from me?
Patience. Before we continue, I want you to receive your power.
I'd say, I will not refuse this power, but I will decide how to use it. I mean, if it's already kind of there. You touch the essence, and the power so familiar and clear flows through you like a river. The power that courses through you is so immense, the wound on your chest closes up, as if it had never existed.
Now you know. You truly know.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. Away! Away from this festering hole! I must bring this terrible truth to Queen Galfrey, and save those who can be saved from this darkness!
Oh, go away, you single-minded baboon. Baboon.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Areelu's words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago is none other than Nocticula, ruler of Alashanara and the Midnight Isles, a powerful demon lord, and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl into an ironic smile, and her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Areelu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now, I am convinced that she is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward her with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which she is about to take part.
Greetings to you, Our Lady in Shadow.
Okay.
It's nice to see that even surrounded by mortals, you haven't forgotten who your mistress is, Arushale. You may rise.
I didn't mean to. I don't know why I did it.
Wait. Oh, I like this one. You are truly resplendent, Lady in Shadow. It would bring me great happiness to get to know you better.
I see that rumors of your passionate nature weren't exaggerated. I have heard some rather impressive tales of your escapades. I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Shamira and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nehindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Nocticula's tone is casual, but her eyes are intense, scrutinizing you.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not?
So there's hope for Arushale. Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who silently approaches Nocticula and then begins fervently whispering into her ear. Nocticula's expression turns hard and cold, and as Nocticula ponders the new development, the messenger makes eyes at you playfully. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them, their own are bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. The succubus smiles slyly and gives you a wink.
Another island, another loss. Enough! I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters, and tell them to prepare.
I don't know, she winked, so I'm gonna say nothing.
But I digress. Let us continue. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
My companion, just while we're here, Ember, this lovely young lady here, should like to speak with you.
Ember? So that's her then? Well, approach. I have heard you bleating your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
Tears are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she sniffles noisily. She presses her maimed hands against her heart as she stares up at Nocticula. Her fragile form shudders from weeping. Areelu wrinkles her nose in disdain. Why have you brought the simpleton here? This is Alashanara, not Nirasan. We don't give alms here.
I can't stand these noises. Do you think you're the first to try to move me with a display of tears? It only makes me angry. If you wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
I know what you had to do. To others and to yourself. I'm so sorry. So sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow. Calm your sorrows.
I'm saying nothing.
So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive. People being devoured by monsters. People burying their children. They were in pain. So much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
What is this saccharine drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared. If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
I'm actually gonna go good for this one. I've seen the truth of her wisdom more than once. Perhaps it would benefit you to listen to her as well.
As if I hadn't seen enough sanctimonious bores in my life. So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods' forgiveness? Devote myself to serving a sword-swinging upstart, perchance? Or that old crone, the moon?
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost a goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost a goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Oh, dear me. Oh, wow.
Oh, the Redeemer Queen. That's new. Never in all my years have I heard anything like that. Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight, or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever as my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
Who knows?
I suppose you're right. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again!
Did Areelu really create me? Oh, she's not gonna speak, is it? She certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Vorlesh designed the world wound, a magical, phenomenal, unfathomable power. To seal it, we required a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion, and she chose you. Both your powers and that wound on your chest were the result of her experiments, and when she infused your soul with the essence of the abyss. Of course, you remember none of that. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified, to the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. In trial after trial, we watched your will be tempered, and when the time came, we started filling you with energies of the hindering crystals. These energies are necessary for the task at hand. Everything that's happened to you was part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth when the time was right. Instead, you have followed your queen's orders and arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has its price, says Areelu quickly. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of all my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, and not merely a living tool whom we would fling into the flame of the world wound and close it like a lesser rift. I think you should know that. Nocticula makes a sudden gesture, cutting Areelu off. Don't be too hasty. We have burdened her with enough revelations for now. Give her time to become accustomed to the truth about herself, and then you can share the details. What exactly are you offering me? I am offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn in my side as well as yours. What's more, I have never schemed against Golorian, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane, at least not at my behest. There is no cause for enmity between us. Why would you want to close the wound? When the world wound opened, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it into a crossroads of worlds, a place where demons, devils, and even angels could meet. The wound was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas. But the Midnight Isles were not the only realm that had been linked to glory through the wound. Discari and Baphomet now also had a way from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my islands and spread out across them like a plague of locusts, killing guests who were under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driven by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Golorian or in another abysmal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop of the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is a polite fiction. Both the Descarites and the Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence Shamira to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. And worst of all, Lady Vorlesh told me about the hindering crystals. They realize what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they are determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. And once an island loses its crystals, it becomes nothing but a flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of Ishar. With every lost island, my power is diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans. So instead, I will teach my neighbors a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hand of a mortal. And what do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's interests. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will gift you befitting your ambitions and my patronage, which you can certainly count on. Will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinket you could dream up. If you're so powerful, why do you need me? Oh, if I were to make a move myself, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so, but it would hamper my more important plans. Baphomet and Discari could never best me, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from other planes would shudder at the mention of Shamira. No. I will wage war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into the enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you to my realm, you have the honor of becoming my blade. Be glad you're wielded by skillful hands. we should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. Nocticula silence is a reliable sharp guesser. We can discuss the details later, when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. And how exactly do you plan to close the world wound? She rolls her eyes. It's a complicated, magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured the Threshold Fortress on Galorian. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlesh opened the world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold. Their forces are growing by the day. Hepzamirah, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Nihydrian crystals in my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Glory can stand against them. You must stop Hepzamirah, and if you do not, your world will fall. My plans will suffer a significant harm. At one time, I disclosed the secret of transformation to two servants of Baphomet Skari, Xanthia Fang and Satham. Well, calculated gambit, which bought us time and assured both Skari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Sathan is Hepzamirah's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. Hepzamirah is currently on another island far from here. Such itchy nose. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships? And when the ships reach port, their crew discover they've been gone for hundreds of years? That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. If you kill Hepzamirah, you'll stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Nocticula casts a sidelong glance at Areelu. Then again, I'm not offering you anything new, as you are already enjoying my favor, Commander. Your companion is a succubus, and I'm the succubus queen. This demon follows you around only because I allow it. Areelu, are you grateful that I'm not forbidding you from traveling with the commander and fighting against your own kind? The succubus reluctantly lowers her head. You are incredibly generous, Our Lady in Shadow. Seela winks at you. So, what do you think, Commander? Personally, I'd rather take my chances rowing to this another island far from here in a rusty bucket than make any deals with the Lady in Shadows, so I'll steer. Why is it so important to kill Hepzamirah? Skari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you, so you will need an army of your own. And that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepzamirah is mining more and more Nihydrian crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Galorian. If you don't stop her, the Crusaders' resistance will be crushed. The ranks of demons pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nihydrian crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. I will consider your offer, Lady in Shadows. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. A glimmer of approval dances in Nocticula's eyes. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Hepzamirah visits Alishnara every now and then, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Codifier, the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress. In the deep mines, her slaves dig Nihydrian crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Galorian. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. Okay. Well, I wish to inform you of treason. Nocticula looks quite amused. Is that so? Who is it you've decided to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn of these traitors and how credible are these accusations? Well, first of mine, Shamira is researching the hidden crystals and secrets. Perhaps she is planning to overthrow you. A small smile appears on Nocticula's lips. how nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this? Or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I will take this as proof that I can rely on you. You were very astute to uncover Shamira's desires to dethrone me, and it was particularly sensible of you to keep your mouth shut about the secrets of the Nihindering crystals. I suppose your caution calls for a reward. At the snap of Nocticula's fingers, one of the servants approaches you and presents you with a delicate package wrapped in a gossamer like silk. Aspect of asp. Mining the hindering crystals is a surefire way to sink the island the crystals are on to the bottom of the issue. I assume you understand why all who attempted to procure them on Alinthia were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamira about the mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dream burrowing under my capital. Why do you still tolerate Shamira? Someone has to deal with the trivial matters. Shamira's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favorite, just as Zyphorian before her. The second always dreams of rising to be the first. I know the feeling well. A friend of mine, the storyteller, has peered into the future. In his visions, Hepzamirah was sending demons after you. The demons were strengthened by the Nihindering crystals. A hint of dangerous excitement creeps into her voice. Oh, you are a font of knowledge, my dear guest. Let's just say I'm not surprised by her appetite. The ambitions of that brat, or her lecherous goat of a sire, were bound to surface sooner or later, but your warnings will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. You could have gone to Hepzamirah with this and received a payment for your silence. Your foresight might not go unrewarded. There is a reason, by the way, I'm actually cooperating with her. It's got nothing to do with that fact. She's hot. But it's the fact is, she's right. She hasn't waged war. She doesn't, at the moment, want to take over Glorian. So I'm kind of with her. I'm not gonna talk to her about the brother. I've said everything I wanted to say. Nocticula nods gracefully. I want to ask you about the other powerful denizens of the Abyss. Oh, are you interested in one of my servants, or do you wish for me to tell you something about your enemies? I don't know, we should tell her. What is your relationship with Areelu? She works for me, isn't it obvious? Lady Vorlesh is very talented. She may be the most brilliant and capable mind ever to come from your plane. And the guile she used to betray one demon lord master after another impressed me so much that I offered her a position as my advisor on matters of magic. Naturally, the esteemed Lord Goat and Lord Locust don't know a thing about the betrayal of their faithful lackey, Lady Vorlesh. I plan to keep the secret for a while longer. Betrayal is too strong a word. I opened the path to glory for those two and told them how to extract the power from the hindering crystals. That will suffice. Doesn't it bother you that Areelu serves another master? Nocticula smiles deviously. I'm not prone to jealousy. Let Discari think Lady Vorlesh serves him still. His bug brain seems incapable of sensing betrayal, and as for Baphomet, he, like any talented liar, is most vulnerable when he's trying to deceive someone else. He was so pleased to have fooled Discari that he became blind to the treachery that was happening right under his snout. In truth, Lady Vorlesh's loyalty is mine alone. Loyalty is for the fools. Shared interest. That is what rational minds rely on. That and a fear no one in their right mind opposes the Lady in Shadow. And how did Areelu become your servant? When the world wound was first opened, it only led to Discari's realm. But then there was another, more powerful breach. The wound expanded, and its paths now pass through my realm, and Baphomet's as well. And before long, all sorts of interlopers had heard about the power contained within the crystals. Here, and the Midnight Isles were soon overrun with agents from my new neighbors. They flouted my embargo, burrowing greedily into my rocks, stealing my crystals. The main culprit was one Areelu Vorlesh. She was the one who discovered the energies of the Nidring crystals. I had captured her and was about to carry out her agonizing execution when Lady Vorlesh offered me something I desired even more than her death. She entered my service, and her main task since then has been to close the world wound. Once it is sealed, my realm will once again be cut off from those Baphomet and Discari, and their slaves will no longer be able to infiltrate my island with such ease. Do you remember an elven archmage who used to serve you 1,000 years ago? He's still alive, and we know each other. Oh, really? He was well past his youth even back then, and now, oh, just how old is he? Can mortals even live that long? Well, apart from your immortal Alazanthly, say hello to him on my behalf, on the behalf of the Lady of Shadow, and tell him that the one who replaced him has disappointed me immensely with his incompetence. No matter how hard he tried, he could never live up to my magnificent elf. You know, you've managed to surprise me. A rare occurrence for someone who knows just about everything. With a bat of her eyelashes, Nocticula sent you a piercing gaze, one that feels like it's delving into the deepest corners of your soul. Are Baphomet and Discari your allies? The goat and the locust? Allies is too strong a word for our relationship. Our connection was forged by circumstance, not out of desire to deal with each other. When the world wound opened, it tied your world to our realms. I did not join my armies with theirs, but I was forced into making peace with them so as not to get bogged down in a tiring and distracting war. If I had the opportunity, I would have met them on my terms and expanded my territories at their expense. Nocticula indulges herself with a thin smile. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible. And by the way, one of them came to me with the offer of an atrocious alliance that involved conceiving little ones together. I'm still contemplating the specifics of my refusal. It needs to be clear and unambiguous. Her ensuring laughter is deep and musical, almost enchanting. I don't really want to talk about her brother to her, but we're going to. Does the name Sokobenov sound familiar? Sokobenov? Oh, don't tell me fate has brought you and my wayward brother together. Be careful with him. He never knows when to stop. He just lusts for more and more. Up to a certain point, it feels wonderful. She smiles lecherously, but then her face darkens. I allowed him everything. But even then, he wasn't satisfied. One day, he decided that he no longer wanted to ask permission. He tried to make me his property, and I would not forgive anyone for that. I had to remind him who he was and who I was. I did not kill him, just taught him a lesson, and threw whatever was left at the steps of his ridiculous cathedral. He's been angry with me ever since. It's very amusing to watch his desperate attempts at taking revenge. Oh, my silly, silly brother. You hear pity in Nocticula's voice. Everything is clear to me now. Do I want to know more about it? I want to know more about you. Recounting my whole story would take longer than your brief mortal life allows. The list of demon lords I've slain, it's endless on its own, as is the number of islands under my rule, and that's just the past. There's also my future. I kind of already know this. Okay. I still have business to take care of. Okay. Nocticula knocks herself. We're no longer needed here. And Areelu vanishes, but you notice the look in her eyes, pensive and appraising. Nocticula casts a piercing glance at the spot where Areelu was but a moment ago, then stops with a commanding gesture. There is one more thing we must discuss. The Lexicon of Paradox. Lady Vorlesh's magical treaties that contain many secrets of the world world. You and my servant, Lady Vorlesh, were just talking about the Lexicon of Paradox. For many years it has remained split in half, harmless. But what was once divided can be made whole again. Who knows what power the book could impart to its owner? What if they expand the world wound even further? Or connect it to other planes? Not a chance. The Lexicon of Paradox has caused more than enough trouble already. You already possess the first half of the book. Find the other one and bring them both to me. I will reward you handsomely. Giving the book into my keeping will also protect Glorian from suffering a second World War disaster. The lexicon of paradox will be much safer in my watchful eye than in your travel bags. Wouldn't you agree? Why do you need this book? One world wound alone has been enough of a nuisance for me. I want to ensure that some future mage leafing through this book doesn't link my realm into another plane. I'll consider your offer. The reward will not disappoint you, I promise. This dangerous knowledge ought to be locked up securely. I won't keep you any longer. Alright, well, I still have business. You're taking a liking to my city, I see. Well, then savor it up to the fullest, and then come back for truly important business. Nocticula's lips part in a smile that is both predatory and alluring. Holy moly! So, are we no longer friends? I can't see. I was hoping we would get to, like, pick other ones, but we've not been able to. Yeah. So I'm kind of stuck as Trickster. I was kind of hoping that maybe we would have had, you know, I've heard that we could choose another mythic group, but You can cast the first spell after an initiative roll. It's a swift action if that spell is even... Whenever you miss with a melee attack, the target will take damage equal to your strength bonus. I'm not very strengthy. Feather step. Yeah, feather step. Why is it one? Deep splendor. Deep slumber. Shadow con. Ooh, Phasma killer. Yes, and conjuration. Okay. You can quickly deter others with your martial math. I don't know. Improve criticals. I think she's using a short sword. I'm not sure. Spell penetration? Magic notification. Second mystery. What's this? Oh, is this like a... Ooh. Battle. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm guessing. I'm always guessing. Create a surge of mythic power that frees you from all magical restraints. Your Your inner fortitude is so strong that it lets you overcome most exhilarating conditions. Anytime you become paralyzed or become staggered, instead you become nauseated or become... that might work. I don't know what to do with her. I don't know what to do with her. Destiny, but you no longer suffer your racial penalty to ability score. Do that. Okay. Done. We're going to do... we're going to go and have a look at whether or not we can do Grey Wars story mission. If we can't, then we'll come back and we'll go hunting Hepzamirah.